Hi, today's date is August 25th, 2021. For today's video source inspection, we are filming a fully refurbished 870S model SRD. Due to confidentiality reasons, I will not share my customer's identity with you, but they are from the state of Colorado, and for their purpose of identifying this tool on our YouTube channel, their PO number is NB6871002101 426. Okay, so we're going to run the recipe. I'm going to go over our refurbishment process, our spare parts and service support, as well as name off some equipment you might not have known that we provide at Sitek. So I'm going to do my best to start both of these at the same time. Looks like I'm pretty close. So at the end of our rinse, instead of the water falling down on the windows, it's going to start to swirl. And as the recipe progresses, there will be less and less droplets of water over time. Every SRD that comes to Sitek for refurbishment goes through the same extensive refurbishment process. First, we take the tool and break it down to the component level. From there, we chemically clean and electropolish all metal parts, as well as individually test and inspect all parts for function. SRDs that come in with poly, like on a double stack here, will have the poly thoroughly cleaned in our shop. As you can see, we just went through our purge. The water is swirling in a circular motion on both windows, and we are in dry 1. Dry 1 is at high RPMs, as we are trying to sling as much excess water off the cassette, rotor, and wafers as possible while we're heating up. In dry 2, we'll slow it back down to slower RPMs and really let the dryers do the work. So we're running nice and smooth. We're right on the nose at 1800 RPMs. We are dialed in with the motor. Once all parts are prepped, we start beginning to build SRDs from the ground up to head assembly form, not quite back into the stack with the poly. Our first QC checkpoint is dry test. This is where we take the SRD head assemblies and test them for full function without facilities installed. Once adjustments are made, we go to our second checkpoint, wet test. In wet test, we fully test and inspect the SRDs for function with facilities installed. Lastly is the final configuration, which you see before you today. This is final test. That means if we're dealing with a double stack, that the SRD is installed in the double stack, running how it will be exactly in our customers' fabs. In addition to filming a video source inspection, we do over 50 various process runs with different times and speeds. We like to call this burn-in testing. So we're slowing back down. We're running nice and smooth, far less droplets of water on the windows. We have about 3.5 minutes to go in our recipe. Not all customers send in their SRDs in a double stack. Sometimes we'll just pull the head itself, and that's why you'll see so many configurations on our YouTube channel. So let's talk about our spare parts and service support. Sitek is the worldwide leader in semi-tool SRD spare parts and service. Parts that we repair are what I'll start with. The larger components are what I'm listing off here. We repair controllers such as 228s, 328s, PSC-101s, and PSC-102s. We repair the servo amps, including the LC4s and the LC5s. The S models like this one use the servo amps, and they are in the bottom cabinet for this tool. We rebalance rotors, and we repair motors. This includes brushless like in this tool, or brush type. It doesn't matter if it's a 1/2 horsepower or a 1/3 horsepower for the brush type. All brushless motors and SRDs are 1/2 horsepower, but they can be 110 or 220 volt. We do global business, so we are able to repair all types of these motors. Other parts that we provide include start switches, stop switches, door switches, door seals, windows, heater cartridges, heater blankets, and 2 filters, solenoid valves, ACR valves, tach sensors, rotor stop positioners, or RSP for short. The RSP will come to play at the end of the recipe, so remember that part. We provide anti-static modules, also known as a static eliminator, as well as the larger components I listed off that we repair, the controllers, the amps, the rotors, the motors. 100% spare parts and service support is what we can provide for you, and that means every part that you need down to the last tubing, grommet, or larger component. Okay, a minute and 45 seconds to go. I've talked about our semi-tool SRD support. We also purchased the Vertec SRD product line from Martech a few years back, so we are the OEM for Vertec SRDs. If you have any questions on semi-tool or Vertec SRDs, or any equipment that we provide at Sitek you see on our website, you can reach us at 916-797-9000 to talk to a sales rep. You can also go to our website and send us an RFQ through there, www.sitekprocess.com, or you can send us an email directly. Our email address is sales@sitekprocess.com. You can see our entire equipment and spare parts catalog at our website. Okay, we've discussed our refurbishment process as well as spare parts and service support. Let's talk about equipment we provide. Obviously, we provide semi-tool and Vertec SRDs, but there's a lot you might not have known that we can also provide. This includes box washers such as the HTC 8010, 8020, and 8030. Mask cleaners including K&S and Ultra T models. Metrology tools including profilometers, ellipsometers, resistivity, and more. We provide barrel ashers and etchers, YES ovens, a variety of microscopes, and we also have a handful of spray solvent tools available right now for purchase. So we have 20 seconds left in the recipe. We've mentioned some of the equipment that we provide now. You can see our equipment at our website, www.sitekprocess.com. When the clock strikes 0 on the controller, it's still not safe to open our doors, as we can cause unwanted damage to the tool if we open them too early. We need the RSP I mentioned earlier to fire the rotor into the 12 o'clock position, which will happen at 75 RPMs. And we still need to wait for the door seal to release the air. There it is. We're safe to open both. You can't even see the water on the windows now. All right, we have warm end tube purging into the bowl. Residual droplets of water in the bowl. This is good. You don't want your bowl to be bone dry at the end of a recipe. Cassette is warm to the touch. Wafers are completely dry. So we have one successful run in the top chamber. Let's go to the bottom chamber. We have warm end tube purging into the bowl. Residual droplets of water in the bowl. Cassette is warm to the touch. And wafers are completely dry. This has been a successful run of our customer's 870S model. They're going to be very happy to get this installed back into the fab in Colorado. And we're going to get this crated out to ship. Thank you for watching.